The BJP is being fielding Vani Tripathi Tikku, National Secretary of the BJP, and she's taking on National Spokesperson of the Congress, Ami Yagnik, on our Manifesto Wars Debate Part 1, Aarti Jairath, Senior Journalist Ajay Bose, Sabha Naqvi, and the one and only Vinod Mehta, all there in attendance to decide who is going to win this debate. So my first question is to Ami Yagnik, why did you copy from the BJP's promises? Why did you, I mean, after all, if you are creating a manifesto of your own, it will look very bad if you copy something directly, verbatim, word to word, alphabet to alphabet from Narendra Modi's 8-point model. How could you do that? I mean, I have these two things with me. Why are you copying from the BJP's Modi's model? I thought this was a Congress manifesto, not a Modi rehash manifesto.
I don't think so that there is a manifesto by Mr. Modi.
No, but you copied.
When there was
why have you copied from his manifesto?
No, there is no question of
why have you copied from his 8-point?
There cannot be any copying because
no, but I'll prove to you that there is copying. I'll prove to you there is copying. One minute.
There is no question of copying.
I'll just prove to you 1 minute. Now, in my one hand is the detailed action plan of the Congress party, okay? You have it with you? You have a copy of it? Now, you can see it. You can match it and tell me, Arnab, you're wrong if I'm wrong. On the other side, I have vote for India, vote for Modi, 8-point development model for India. Right? Now, you will see that point number 2 of the detailed action plan, create 100 new urban clusters around existing small and emerging cities, link them with power and transport facilities, etc. It's a direct copy from Narendra Modi's 8-point development model, because one of his points is basically this, building 100 smart cities. It's a direct copy.
How did he get that document?
No, but which came first? No, are you saying he copied from the
manifesto?
No, but his came first.
Our manifesto.
His came first.
We don't know from where he got, because I will tell you.
No, but am I right?
2012 manifesto of Gujarat. No, 2002 election.
Did you copy? Did you copy from the Modi model?
So we do not know. We haven't. Why should we copy?
But you have just proven it.
You have seen how Rahul ji has interacted.
No, I'm not asking about interaction. I'm asking about the copy.
There is no copying.
But there is a copy. I just showed you.
You have to find out from where that 8-point development program came. You first find out.
No, but how could it come? Your manifesto is out today. How can Narendra Modi cheat from something which is not even out? My question will be to you.
But we have come with several 5-year plans. We have come with agendas, small
This is a direct lift.
I don't know from where Mr. Modi has got all these development.
This is a direct lift. Vani Tripathi, let's get the first.
There is no question of the Congress party copying any manifesto.
Okay, so you
it is a direct interaction with the people. We just translate
as far as I know, Modi's 100-city plan was in January 2014. Your manifesto has come out today. What is the date? 26th of March, right? So, are you saying that Modi had some premonition of what the Congress manifesto will be, and then he...
How can we say from where he got this 100 cities idea?
It was his... Okay, Vani Tripathi, please respond. Vani Tripathi, please respond.
They did copy our
Vani Tripathi's response.
Manifesto.
Vani Tripathi's response we'll hear from her. Vani Tripathi.
Arnab, it is so ironical. It is so ironical. There's a beautiful saying in Hindi, हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्या, पढ़े लिखे को फारसी क्या. So the irony of this whole situation of copying documents is that there is nothing earth-shattering that the Congress party can do. This document is a document of deceit, and a Congress leader said in the afternoon that this is different. It's not different, it's indifferent. And on top of it, it's being copied. And I will tell the Congress spokesperson where Narendra Bhai got this from. He got it from good governance and from the work that he got and a vision that he had towards Gujarat, which he's also giving to the country. But anyway, having said that, I don't expect the Congress party to,
first of all, the Gujarat government did not know the word development.
Because at the end of the day,
from the World Bank documents, they don't even know the meaning of development. And now they want to say, I don't understand.
No, but Ami Yagnik, one second.
Cross-talking.
No, 1 second.
Why does the Congress party not have the patience to listen to what I'm saying? First they've copied a document, now they don't even have poor things. I mean, I feel so
There is no
sad for
question
them,
of
really.
copying, madam.
What kind of
You
a theatre
find-
of
you
the
tell us
absurd
from
is
where
this?
you got your
Doesn't even
document.
have the courage, doesn't even have the patience to listen. But all that in this sad document called the Manifesto of the Congress Party, what it has proven is that our poor Prime Minister has even accepted corruption by
No,
saying,
did you copy?
"Oh, the next time we will have
No,
a
who-
blueprint on corruption."
No,
So
one
that
sec. Vani
means-
Tripathi, Vani
I mean,
Tri-
where
no,
is he
Vani
copied
Tripathi,
from? Where is he copied
no, Vani
from?
Tripathi
That's
today
what
on the
this is
100 city
Narendra
idea.
Modi
Vani
and that
Tripathi
is
on the
what
100
gives the
city idea. What's
country.
on the no? Is it accept what on the 100 city idea? Is it unusual? Two parties come out with exactly the same idea, exactly the same words. I mean, what's going
No,
on here?
Of course it is unusual. It is completely unusual because all this while we never heard of anything from the Congress party as far as this grand idea of
Ami
100
Agnik, explain this. I mean, how did this happen?
The Aadhaar
How did you-
card
how did you
itself,
pi- how did you come out with
governance
exactly the
model
same
and it
idea in your
collapsed,
manifesto?
It became a big mess. So you know what is what,
Are you-
how can you have the same idea unless you're dreaming
Arnav,
about it and you're
Arnav,
not
there can never be any
fantastic
copying
and
because there cannot be any commonality in the manifesto.
No, but there is a word to word commonality.
No, but that means
I have shown you these two. I have shown you these two. There's a word to word commonality unless you
there
think
there might be some kind of a coincidence on the
Coincidence.
other.
Okay, Congress party says coincidence.
Definitely not of the BJP.
Ajay Bose, Aarti Chairat, let's get you in. One sec. Congress party says coincidence. Ajay Bose. Okay, one second. One minute. What did I say? I'm not going to be the arbiter. I have. No. One second. One second. I have four journalists, far wiser than me, greater in experience and wisdom, who are on the program. I'm not passing judgment. I'm going to ask them. Does this happen often, Ajay Bose? That two manifestos, one point, word to word,
I don't
exactly
think so.
similar, including the number of cities they want to create.
No, it's impossible. You
Impossible.
can't have the same wording particularly.
How-
You can have a broad coincidence. A broad coincidence of this thing. But there is no way that you're going to copy word to word, sentence to sentence. So if indeed there is an absolute similarity between even sentence structures, and
concept.
specific
No,
plans and
concept.
specific ideas.
No, concept.
Particularly 100 cities.
100 cities and 100 urban clusters.
Yeah.
There's no difference between
100
the two.
cities. It is very odd.
It's very
It
odd.
is very odd. So I think the Congress party, since they've come out later, they need to explain this because
Okay,
it will be
Congress
very
must
embarrassing
explain.
for them
Vinod
if
Mehta?
it turns out that it is exactly the
No,
same.
Vinod Mehta, should the Congress party explain how they came out with the idea of 100 smart cities, exactly the same concept as 100 new urban clusters? They have just changed the semantics a little bit.
Well,
Who should
Arnav,
Arnav.
the larger question is that the Congress party has very little room to maneuver. It can't talk about its past performance and it can't talk about its future performance. Maybe somebody has copied the full line from the BJP manifesto. But the bigger question is, here is a very unpopular party trying to produce a manifesto which will attract voters. But the problem is that they have very little room for maneuver and they have very little credibility. That is why they have to make a promise like reservations in the private sector.
Precisely, I'm going to come to that.
Something which the private sector will revolt against.
Completely.
Because they've tried it in the past and the private
Yeah.
sector has definitely said that no reservations.
Yeah.
We might do something on a voluntary basis, but we are not going to allow government reservations. So this is a party which is in trouble and has lost lots of imagination.
the other part,
and has just produced.
the other part where I'm going through this manifesto, which worries me and will worry every single member of the tax-paying middle class of this country, is going to be Sabha. By the way, Meghnad Desai, welcome. As your friend Vinod Mehta was speaking, there you appeared from London. Now,
Thank you. Sorry to be late. Yes.
no problem. Sabha, my greater concern is, and this Congress party wants to punish the middle class of this country even more. It has gone ahead and said that we are now going to introduce sensible user charges because people are willing to pay for better quality services like uninterrupted power and better train services. So the middle class of this country will be taxed even more, Sabha, because they are getting the luxury of uninterrupted power. Now I want to compare this with what Narendra Modi says, where he says that his model is 24/7 electricity on demand. My question here is, Narendra Modi says 24/7 electricity on demand, and the Congress party says we will make you pay a little bit more money if you want 24/7 electricity. Sabha, I mean, what is this?
Arnab, I think the Congress party is in a complete funk. I'm sitting in Varanasi right now, where people are bewildered. They've not declared a candidate against Mr. Modi.
Yeah.
And this is a city where Congress has always had a base. So they don't know what they're doing. Congress supporters don't know what they're doing. So and it's actually stunning, because I've just come back from the BJP.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry, lost the line there. Should I take a clarification on that? Meghnad Desai, what do you think? Should the middle class of this country have to pay more money in order to get uninterrupted power, as the Congress party says? You agree with that?
Now, I think, first of all, the Congress party has no record in delivering uninterrupted power. And I think they should basically have a lot of competition. Competition should work, and let us see who provides the best power. I mean, why do they have to lay down the rules about what to charge and what not to charge?
Well, they put
why
it out.
can't they leave it to the private companies to do it?
Well, they have put it out. I'm asking the Congress party today.
The Aam Aadmi party tried to mess around with the electricity market. Yeah.
I think we should get an answer from the Congress party.
People want
Arnav,
electricity 24/7.
No, one second. Yes, Vani, let's get an answer from the Congress party, since we are discussing the Congress manifesto, and then I'll come back to you.
But another question related to this very question of electricity, of course, as Lord Desai said that, of course, they have no background at all to, give electricity, and you've seen the condition of farmer suicide in Maharashtra and so on. Another question related to this is reining in the subsidies. Look at the growth model that this party has the audacity to, quote in its manifesto.
Exactly.
I mean, the economy being in a mess, to rein in subsidies at that level and also make the middle class pay. I mean, what kind of a growth model are they actually going to achieve by doing so?
Ami Agnik, it defeats me. I would have thought that at a time like this, when so many people say the Congress party will sink to its lowest ever total since independence, that you should be really trying hard to get every single vote that is possible. But you are working very hard to lose every single vote. I mean, which middle class person will vote for you when he hears that you are going to make him or her pay more for getting power in their house? After 10 years of a Congress government, is it a luxury to get uninterrupted power in your house, or is it a right?